Hi everyone, good day. So our topic for today is all about limits at infinity. So what is limits at infinity? So based on the formal definition, if R is a positive rational number and C is any real number, then it follows that the limit of the constant over x raised to R as x approaches infinity will be equal to 0. And another thing is if R is a positive rational number, C is any real number, and x raised to R is defined for x is less than 0, then it follows that the limit of the constant over x raised to R as x approaches negative infinity will be equal to 0 as well. So in simpler explanation class, every time that you will encounter C over infinity that is being raised to R, this will always lead to 0. Same goes with the constant over infinity. So this will lead to 0 as well. Okay, so I hope you get it. Same goes if you are taking a constant that is over negative infinity raised to R. So this will lead to 0 as well. So again, please take note of this because it's very important, especially on this topic. Constant over infinity, that's 0. Constant over negative infinity, that's 0 as well. Okay, so let's try some example regarding this. Okay, so let's say we're asked to get now the limit of 2x squared over x squared plus 1 as x approaches infinity. So of course, if you will remember, if you have this limit function, what we're doing is we're just substituting the value of x. So if you will do that right away, what will happen to this is this will become that's 2 times infinity squared over infinity squared plus 1. And of course, infinity squared will lead to infinity, right? Then infinity squared, that's infinity as well, plus 1. So this will lead to what? 2 times infinity, that's infinity. Infinity plus 1, that's infinity as well. And again, please take note that infinity over infinity will not lead to 1. Because again, the symbol infinity is a term for a higher or a highest possible or large possible number. So in that case, we can say that this will lead to 1, right? So in this case, or this is not equal to 1. So in that case, this infinity over infinity is called indeterminate in form in calculus. So please remember that 0 over 0 is an indeterminate in form as well. So in that case, what we'll do is we'll do some approach enable for us to answer this. So again, we have this going back here. So we have the limit of 2x squared over x squared plus 1 as x approaches infinity. So every time that you're seeing this kind of rational function, what you need to do, class, is you just need to observe the function and you just need to get the highest degree. So if I will ask you, what is the highest degree of this given function? So of course, the highest degree is simply as 2, right? Or the x squared, right? So in that case, what I'll do is I will try to rewrite this, in which I need to multiply the reciprocal of the highest degree. The reciprocal of the highest, again, our highest degree is x squared, right? So you just need to take the reciprocal of this and you need to multiply it on both numerator and denominator. So it means that I just need to do this as x approaches infinity. So I just need to multiply 1 over x squared on the numerator as well as on the denominator. So in that case, what I'll do is, of course, I need to simplify it. So this will become the limit of 2x squared times 1 over x squared. So of course, this will lead to 2. Then the denominator, you need to distribute 1 over x squared as well. So this will lead to 1 plus 1 times 1 over x squared, that's of course 1 over x squared. And of course, x approaches infinity. So you can now evaluate the limit. So this will lead to 2 over 1 plus 1 over infinity squared. So again, please take note, class, that if you are dealing with 1 over infinity, and as you can see here, infinity is being squared, so of course, it will become infinity as well. So in that case, if you're dealing with this constant over infinity, this will lead to 0 as always. In that case, we have now 2 over 1, or this will simply as 2. So it means that the limit of this function as x approaches infinity will lead to 2. So I hope you get now the concept. Okay, so let's have another one. So for the next example, what if you're asked to evaluate the limit of 5x plus 2 over 7x minus x squared as x approaches infinity? So in that case, we can substitute directly the infinity on this given function because it will lead to an indeterminate form. So again, we'll try to resort with the other approach, in which, again, you just need to rewrite the function. So that's the limit of 5x plus 2 over 7x minus x squared as x approaches infinity. So again, you just need to get the highest degree. So same goes with the first example. The highest degree is x squared. So you just need to multiply again the reciprocal of the highest degree, that's 1 over x squared, over 1 over x squared as well. So again, this will lead to 1 class, right? So it means that you're just multiplying 1 on this given function, no? So it won't affect the answer on this given on this given function. Okay, so in that case, you will try to evaluate this now. So this will become the limit of, so this will lead to 5x times 1 over x squared. So this will lead to 5 over x plus 2 times 1 over x squared, that's 2 over x squared, over 7x times 1 over x squared, so this will lead to 7 over x, minus negative x squared over times 1 over x squared, so this will lead to negative 1 as x approaches infinity. Then, if you will try to solve this by evaluating the limit, so this will lead to 5 over infinity plus 2 over infinity squared over 7 over infinity minus 1. So again, please do take note that if you have a constant over infinity, it's always 0. So this will become 0. This will become 0 as well. So this will lead to 0 over negative 1. And of course, the value of this will become 0. Okay, so I hope you get this now. Okay, proceed now on the next example. So let's have this. So what if you have now the limit of 9x squared over x minus 2 as x approaches infinity? Again, I just want to recall the previous examples that we have. So again, if you have um for number 1, if you will observe the given function and if you will notice that the highest degree can be located on the numerator and denominator, then it means that you just need to do this approach. Same goes if the highest degree is on the denominator, so you will do this approach as well. But in time, wherein the highest degree is located on the numerator, in this case, the highest degree is located on the numerator. So in that case, do will have some changes on how we'll solve this. So in that case, what I'll do, class, is instead of getting the highest degree, what I'll do is I will factor out now the least degree that I can see on the given function. So of course, the least degree that I can have is x, or x raised to 1, or simply as x. So in that case, what I'll do, class, is I will rewrite this function, wherein this will lead to what? So if I will factor out the least degree, so this will become like this, x times 9x over, if I will factor out x on the denominator, so this will lead to x times, so that's 1 minus 2 over x, right? As x approaches infinity. Because again, if you will distribute this, what will happen is you will get x minus 2. Okay? So I hope we're all clear. So in that case now, I can easily cancel out x class. And we can now evaluate the limit. So this will become, of course, that's 9 times infinity over 1 minus 2 over infinity. So again, this will lead to infinity. Sorry, this will lead to 0, right? And since I have now 9 times infinity, so this will lead to infinity over 1, or this will become infinity, right? So that's how we do it if the highest degree is located on the numerator. We will do this. But again, if the numerator and denominator has the highest degree, then you need to do the first thing that we did. Okay? So I hope we're all clear. Okay, what's next? So let's have this number 4. So again, try to observe the function. So again, the highest degree of this function is simply as x, and x, or the highest degree is located on the numerator and denominator. So what we'll do is we just need to multiply it, the numerator and the denominator by 1 over the highest degree. Okay? In that case, this will lead to the limit of, that's negative 3 plus 4x over 2x plus 5 as x approaches to negative infinity. So again, what I'll do is, again, we'll multiply 1 over the highest degree on both numerator and denominator. So what will happen to this is, if you will try to distribute 1 over x, this will become the limit of negative 3 over x plus, this will become 4. Then distributing this will become, that's 2 plus 5 over x as x approaches to negative infinity. So in that case, evaluating the limit, so this will lead to, that's negative 3 over infinity plus 4 over 2 plus 5 over infinity. And of course, constant over infinity will lead to negative infinity rather. So in that case, this will lead to 0, and this will lead to 0 as well, right? So in that case, we'll have now 4 over 2, or this is simply as 2. So the answer will be 2. Okay. So I hope you get it now. Okay. So what's next? So the last example is this. So what if you're asked now to evaluate the limit, given that the limit is negative 5, x raised to 4 plus 2x cubed plus 6x squared minus 5x plus 9 as x approaches to negative infinity. So in that case, class, the first 4 examples that I have given to you is a rational function, and it's different now because we're dealing now with the polynomial function. Okay, so in that case, if that's the case that we have this polynomial function, of course the approach not be will not be the same. So if you are dealing with with the polynomial function, what you need to do is you just need to factor out the highest degree. So again, what is the highest degree of this polynomial function? Of course, that's x raised to 4. So what I'll do is I will factor out x raised to 4. So this will lead to limit of x raised to 4 times negative 5. Of course, if you will factor out x raised to 4 in the first term, this will become negative 5 plus. So of course, since this is just x cubed, so what I'll do is since I need to factor out x raised to 4, so I need to write x on the denominator. So this will lead to 2 over x, right? Because if you will distribute this, what will happen is you will get this. Okay? Then, next, or the third term, of course, this will become 6 over, that's x squared. Then minus, that's 5 over, that's x cubed. Then plus 9 over x raised to 4. So in that case, I have this now. So, of course, I need to evaluate now the limit by substituting negative infinity. So this will lead to, that's negative infinity raised to 4 times negative 5 plus 2 over negative infinity plus 6 over negative infinity squared, a minus 5 over negative infinity cube plus 9 over negative infinity raised to 4. So in that case, class, again, constant over infinity is, or constant over negative infinity, regardless, this will lead to 0, 0, 0, and 0 as well. So what I'll have now is that's negative infinity times negative 5. Right? So in that, negative infinity raised to 4 times negative 5. So in this case, I have now negative infinity raised to 4. So of course, any number that is being raised to an even exponent will lead to a positive number. So this will become positive infinity times negative 5. So this will lead to, since this is positive times a negative number, so this will lead to negative infinity. So the answer here is negative infinity. And that's the end of my presentation. So I hope you learned something from me today. Thank you, guys.